The making of a Maverick is not directly affiliated with Minnesota State University, Mankato. We do not speak for the university. All opinions, views, and thoughts stated on the show are our own and our guests. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to another episode of Making of a Maverick. I'm Alex.
I'm Angie.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Ethan.
And today we have a kind of special, different type of episode. No guests, just us four all together for the little end of the semester thing. And this mic's going to make me mad. And Ethan graduates, so this is the last time Ethan will be on the podcast. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
How do I feel? Relieved about graduating, but this whole thing I'm gonna miss, I think. It's been 3 seasons now, so I feel
a long time.
Yeah,
You're an old man now.
I guess I feel like it every day.
What are you doing after you graduate? What's the first thing that you're gonna do?
The first thing that I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that on the podcast?
Absolutely.
All right.
I already know because you said it in your podcast for class, but
Did I?
about why you're not going to walk.
Oh, yeah, because I've got better things to do with those 2 hours. Probably be passed out in the snow somewhere. But yeah, no. As soon as Friday next week hits, I'm probably gonna do a little bender next weekend, and then get my life together after that.
That's the way to do it. Honestly, that's the way to do it.
Get my life together.
I mean, you might as well celebrate. I mean, you've gone through all this work. Might as well.
Exactly. No, it's yeah. I don't know. It hasn't quite hit me yet. But when I left class on Wednesday, I was like, "That's the last class I'm gonna ever go to."
That's crazy to think about.
And you didn't even go to Amy's class before that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about Amy's class. Sorry, Amy.
Your last time with her and you just ditched out.
Yep.
What are you planning on doing with your degree?
Partially undecided. I want to go somewhere into like the PR field. I think, when I started, I was more so thinking broadcast, but I've learned a lot about the PR industry and how, it just seems like I can learn a lot through that, and it's not very boring. So,
Right.
I just hope I don't have to cover up anything too serious.
It's funny how the things that you least expect will find you. And I mean, I'm kind of going for PR too, so I completely understand that. It's such a cool field, but it is the worst fear to have to cover up something super shady.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm rich and famous and have my own podcast, you can be my PR guy or what?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be the next Joe Rogan and you could be my... Or I'll be the next Theo Vaughn, actually. I'll be the next Theo Vaughn. And you
No,
can be my PR guy.
no,
Alex,
no,
you haven't said anything stupid enough to hit Theo Vaughn level.
Okay, hey, I could say some
We
pretty
love
stupid
you,
things.
Theo
right?
Vaughn.
I just can't do it on this podcast because I don't want to incriminate myself.
You could. Go
Yeah.
for it.
I mean, go ahead.
Theo Vaughn can
Floor
incriminate
is
himself.
all yours.
Okay.
Come on, Alex, let's go.
Hey, look, we got into some we incriminated some people last episode.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
go ahead and incriminate yourself.
I'm not incriminating myself. I'm of legal drinking age and everything like that, so I can't incriminate myself. Sorry.
Exactly. You can't, so go ahead.
I don't know what to say. I don't have anything funny. I'm not as funny as Theo Vaughn.
He doesn't work well under pressure,
I don't.
clearly.
I really don't. It's got to be flowing
He's got to
naturally.
script the stupidity.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn is actually a really good guy when he's not on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, no, I like Theo Vaughn. I just think that, you have to be in the right mindset for Theo Vaughn.
Whenever I see, there's some clips that I see on TikTok, and I'm like he talks about I'm not going to repeat what he says, but he talks about a game that him and his friends played when they were kids, and I'm like, there's not a chance you actually played that because that is kind of weird and really, really, really weird, actually. Yeah. I don't know.
You're just going to leave the people wondering now.
They'll have to go look up on TikTok what the game Theo Vaughn played with his friends as kids.
Yeah.
And they'll know what I'm talking about.
It's not our responsibility for what you see or hear.
I think he said it like on the Howard Stern show or something. And you'll know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking
It's really weird. But, Andrea, you're transferring.
Kind of. I'm doing an exchange in California. I leave, I think, pretty much January 1st. I'll be out of this state. It hasn't hit me that it's happening yet. I have like half my classes registered, the other I'm waiting on permissions for, but when I was doing all my stuff for it, I was in the Global Exchange office yesterday doing 90% of my stuff for it, and it feels weird because it's like, so I'm supposed to graduate in the spring, and I plan on walking, so my finals for California are like a week after our graduation here at MSU. So I'm gonna.
So how does that work?
So I'm gonna fly back to walk, and then I'm gonna like go back to California, finish my finals, and then come home.
And pray you passed your final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if you don't pass your finals? And I mean, at least you got to walk. You can walk again.
Yeah. Well, even if I walk, no matter what, I still have to take summer classes this summer so I need my internship credit and then my senior seminar, but I can't do those out there because I have to do them here at MSU, which, is super nice because I know the professors who are going to be doing that stuff and they know me, so it makes it easier.
Didn't
But-
you already get your internship credit?
What? No, not yet.
I thought the job you work at right now.
Oh, I do, but it's an internship, but I'm not getting credit for it right now.
Oh, interesting. What made you choose to go to California?
Well, okay,
She didn't
so
want to be cold.
a
I mean,
little
that's-
bit.
That's so fair.
A little bit. Those polar vortexes kind of kill me inside every time because
Yeah.
nobody needs to be outside when it's -20 and there's a wind chill that makes it -30. I just don't like that. But
What happens if you got a shovel?
well, that's too bad. I
Welcome
will
to
not be-
Minnesota.
Yeah, but what made me choose it was I've always wanted to go to school out in California, and I was like, oh, well, this is my last shot. And I thought about living out there for a while, and it's really expensive. But if I do
So
it this
pricey.
way, then it's a lot less expensive, and there's lower risk with it. It's kind of, I keep telling my dad it's a very expensive free trial that I'm doing, but I really love California, so I think that I'm going to end up falling in love with it, and it's going to be really hard for me to come home.
What school are you going to there?
CSU Northbridge. So
Yeah.
it's up over, it's kind of by Calabasas area. It's northern
Not
LA.
gonna lie, no idea. No idea where that is.
Yeah, it's just on the northern
I know
part
where
of
that
LA
is.
pretty
Okay.
much.
Like the nice part.
Yeah.
The not sketchy.
Calabasas is a very nice part.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. And I was looking it up online. I was gonna try and visit. I went out to California like a week ago. Just came back the day after Thanksgiving, and I was gonna try and go up there and see it, but there's way too much traffic, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm okay. I'll just wait till I'm out there and just have the whole surprise effect, I guess.
I was gonna go to Los Angeles or Cal State Los Angeles, not
Ooh.
like UCLA or anything, but
The other one.
Yeah, but it's just off-campus living is so expensive.
Yeah, I looked at UCLA when I was a senior in high school, and I love that school. It's so beautiful. It was one of my favorite schools I ever looked at, but yeah, it's too expensive.
And I'm also not smart enough. Definitely not for USC. I would love to go to USC, but I'm definitely not smart enough for that one.
LA is way too big for me. I couldn't do it just because of the size of the city.
I don't know how I'm going to do it with the size, because I'm comfortable in Mankato, and I don't mind the Twin Cities, but LA is just massive, even compared to the Twin Cities. It's so big, and I'm not excited for
Could
that
never
traffic.
be me. I will never live in a city, like
I
a
could
big
totally
major
do it.
city in my entire life. I can't deal with the traffic. I can't deal with the people bumping into me all the time and being rude and just
It's going to be a culture shock.
absolutely, yeah.
It's gonna be a huge culture shock. I grew up in a small town, so like my whole journey of quote unquote cities I've lived in went from my little small town of Belle Plaine, then I went to Fargo, North Dakota, then I went here to Mankato, and then I went to Laramie, Wyoming. Like
You're
none
just
of
all
those,
over the place.
It's like-
Holy.
none of those are big towns, and now I live in Henderson, Minnesota, which is like a population of 900 people. I'm not really a big city girl. I just like to visit them. So I think it's going to be a huge loop I'm going to be throwing myself for. I think I'm going to like the convenience of everything being very close by. But man, all I can think about is that traffic.
You're gonna get all that like good restaurants and stuff, like the actual like if they say it's like an Asian like restaurant, it's gonna be like some good like Japanese or Korean food.
I do know that a lot of those food places down there are like you basically pay with an arm and a leg every single time you eat
Yeah.
anywhere.
When I was there, I was in San Diego, and San Diego is very, very expensive. It's pretty close to price range of LA. LA is a little bit more expensive because, well, all of the Hollywood people and sports people who live out there. And my aunt was warning me. She said, you're not going to want to go out to eat, and it's going to be hard to buy things at the grocery store because you're going to look at the price, and it's going to be double what you pay in Minnesota. And she even took me to the grocery store, and she's like, I just want you to know what you're going to expect, because the last time I was there was in 2017. So prices
Ooh.
are definitely different than what they were or what they are now. And I was just like, dang, like $4 for white sliced bread? I think not.
How good at stealing things are you?
Oh my god.
My uncle lives in Venice, and he like doesn't drive a car anywhere because gas is so expensive. He just bikes. He bikes to work all the time.
I'm trying to live on campus out there, but I might have to live off campus. But the price for off campus and on campus are about the same. Just finding an apartment that seems suitable for me.
Accommodates all your needs.
Yeah.
Not in a sketchy neighborhood.
Yeah, because the Northbridge area is kind of a little bit of a melting pot. Cause you have like the Calabasas stuff, and then you have some of the more Hollywood stuff on one side, and then you have just some suburbanish areas around it. So it's such a weird spot. And then you have, of course, all the college kids, and I don't know, it's so weird. It's such a weird place. So I'm just like doing all my research and trying to make sure that I have everything all set and checked, but at the end of the day, no matter what I do, I don't get to meet my roommates before I move in, no matter where I move. So that's the part where it's...
What if they're super California? And I think you know exactly what I mean.
I do know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, I'm extremely Minnesotan. Maybe
No,
like...
what do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm talking about like, you know, the bros or, you know, the Valley girls, you know.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Okay, those kind of. Okay.
If you get stuck with some Valley girls, you know what? I wish you the best of luck. And there's nothing that we could do to help you, and you got yourself in that situation.
Yeah, I have taken this into consideration that may be the case, and hopefully with the like so many credits of communication courses I've taken, I sure hope I can at least find a way to get along with them.
Right.
No matter what, but I know that I'm so Midwestern. And it's
Just
never going to go away, but
drop the passive.
Yeah.
You have to be aggressive.
I'm lucky though. Like
you
all
guys see
my
my mug shot because I got aggressive like Ethan suggested. Ethan, I'm going to need you for some feedback.
all my family members from California aren't like the Valley girls. That's why I kind of forgot that the Valley girls and the bros even existed. My like cousins are like the cool car, like the classic car California person, you know, with like the tattoos and the like that.
I'm thinking of some people you'd see on like Love Is Blind or something like that. Or not Love Is, yeah,
Love is blind.
I end up with a Kardashian pretend
Hey,
person.
I will say my uncle that lives in Venice bartended a party for what's the mom?
Kris Jenner.
Yeah, bartended a party for her, but like nobody knew she was there because it was like in a private like house or whatever. Like it was Kris Jenner's like aunt's house, and she was just sitting there eating chili.
You sound like that one of those guys that are like,
I
yeah,
will
my
call
brother's
him,
girlfriend's
I will call
dog's
him. I will call-
ex-owner
Listen,
is.
I will call him right now, pal.
I know, I don't
she was
need you
sitting
to.
there.
I'm just saying that's what you sound like.
Apparently,
He's just prepping me for what I'm going to have to deal with every person I encounter out
Absolutely.
there.
she was sitting there eating some chili, and my uncle was like, "She's actually a great person." First of all, so I don't want to hear no.
Well,
Based
duh.
off how she eats chili or what?
The format in
don't
which
know.
she scooped her spoon.
Okay, but I will say about living with roommates. I live with 3 girls, and 2 of them I didn't really meet before I even moved in with them.
You forgot Alex.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's there
Yeah.
almost all the time. But I had maybe one short conversation with McKenna, one of my roommates, and the first day that I actually talked to her was when we both were like fully moved in.
Yeah, and she sucks, right?
No, I love McKenna. I love her. And then Ro, she's actually from the Netherlands, and so I was so nervous about. I was like, I don't know how she's gonna be. I don't know if she's gonna be nice, if she's gonna be really blunt, if she's gonna be like, you just don't know. you
Yeah.
know? So my main piece of advice for dealing with new roommates is just be yourself. Don't try to step on toes, and honestly, like, be the person to start the conversation, because when you don't, they're gonna notice that, and then it's just gonna be silent in your apartment forever.
Yeah, I feel like, so obviously when you get a dorm, you're just given the roommates, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to communicate with you just a little bit. And I feel like I was so lucky with both times I've lived in the dorms. I mean, I kind of had a similar experience where my roommate out in Wyoming, she's from Switzerland. I miss her so dearly, but I didn't know how she was going to be, because I'm like, oh, I know the culture is very different out there than what it is here. But my other roommate, I'm still really good friends with her. And I'm really hoping that when I get out there, I can create those kind of friendships so I can have a reason to go back and visit even more than I
Right.
already want. But yeah, I feel like that's really great advice. And, you know, I never really thought of like, hey, be the one to start the conversation. As much as I talk, I'm surprised I didn't even like because I've been thinking like, oh, how am I gonna connect to these people?
Just say hi. Just start it. How are you? What's your name? Tell me your story. It's so simple. I want to also ask Alex,
Yes.
how are you with like the end of the school year? I mean, we kind of talked to both of them, and so how are you? How are finals?
Pretty good.
How's your mental health?
well, Ethan graduates this like next week. I graduate in a couple months, and I for one have been getting senioritis since like freshman year. So now it's just
Same.
a lot worse. And like I'm not gonna lie to you, Ethan. The episode that's going up today, I definitely have not edited, and I will do that when I get home, and it'll take me like 30 minutes. But
That's fine.
I'm definitely procrastinating a lot more now. Like the thing for Emily's class that's due today, the little peer group review.
I haven't
Yeah.
done that either.
Yeah, I haven't done that, and it's due today. So I have to go home. Probably get home at like 1. Then I have to do that, and then do the editing. And then I have to go to work. And then, and it's going to suck. And then I have to do stuff next week, and I really don't want to do it. Like, all of my finals probably could have been done like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
And I just decided not to do them until like yesterday.
I feel
That's
that I
fair.
also have the senioritis on that. I have a paper that's due Sunday that I could have started last week, and I did not start it.
That's been me this entire like the last 3 weeks. Like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you have 2 weeks for this project. Like it's a big project," and then next thing you know, it's due in like 6 hours, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit! Like maybe I should start this."
That's
just
been
gonna-
me the last 3 years. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the syllabus quick to see what's in this real quick.
Look at the content. Read the instructions for the first time.
Open D2L for the first time in 2 weeks.
I won't lie though, senior year has kind of made me like rethink my life. Like I'm like, God,
Oh.
what do I like want to do after college? Like I'm kind of scared. Like now I kind of want to go travel the world, but I don't have money. Or like, do I want?
What is like your
start,
main end goal? Like right now, main end goal.
like just in
Like,
life
with-
like when I'm like
well,
50?
No, let's just do like with your career. Like, what do you want to do? If you could pick any job, you can have it right when you graduate. What would you do?
Well, my friend Tyler Evans, I'll give you a little shout out. Hey, buddy. Him and I want to move to Norway for a year and go work in the mountains and then
Doing
travel Europe for a little bit.
doing what?
Like work at a ski resort.
Oh, okay.
And then you just get to work in the mountains and be a ski bum. And him and I are both very, very Norwegian. So
Mm-hmm.
bring the
And a
family
couple of
roots back.
bums. so-
Yeah, yeah. Both.
Ski
We could
bums
be ski
works.
bums and bring our Nordic ways back out and then travel Europe for a little bit. He wants to travel Europe. I have student loans to pay back and he doesn't. So I
Yeah.
don't know about the whole traveling Europe
You're not
thing,
going to go
but-
visit Ken?
Yeah, see, I do want to do that.
Okay.
Again, I'd have to stay in a hostel there. And again, I have some loans to pay back.
Well,
Yeah.
they have programs where you can sign up to work at different resorts and stuff, and a lot of ski resorts have those programs. So
Yeah.
they could even pay you to fly out there and work for them. And often with that, they could give you like leave time. So I think
I was actually doing a lot of research last night, but it's kind of hard because I know like a tiny bit of Norwegian, not a lot.
You're gonna have to learn some Norwegian.
I know it like a
He
tiny
is
bit.
on Duolingo every single night. It is absolutely
can I
ridiculous.
say?
I've never seen someone develop such a hyperfiction for something.
I'm liking learning. All right, I don't know what to say.
also on Duolingo
Except when
every
it's
day.
college learning.
Yeah, except for when it's college runs.
That's borderline forced learning. Like, yeah, you sign yourself up for the class, but it's borderline forced.
Yeah, like Duolingo, I can do whenever I want, and I can switch to as many different languages as I want. Yeah, and I've switched to between the languages like 3 times
I
in
was
a week.
gonna say, how many languages
I was
have
just
you
gonna ask.
started yet?
Well, I got pretty far into Dutch, and then decided
How
to do
far?
Norwegian.
Can you say hi? How are you?
Yes. Hi. Hallo, hoe gaat het?
Oh my god. He says that every single time he sees me because
I said, her roommate walks out, and I'm like, goedenavond.
oh my gosh. Anyways.
We're pretty tight. So what are you two gonna miss the most about college? Or I guess about Mankato, because you're not graduating yet. You're just moving somewhere else.
I'm gonna miss this podcast. I love doing podcast stuff, and yeah, I do my own podcast for all my adventures, but it's not the same. I like being able to talk to people and do more. It's almost harder to do it on your own because you're like, okay, there's no one else to fill my blank space when I have a thought that I'm not quite sure how to formulate. And luckily, my older brother, who's in radio, he does all my editing for me because he's a total G. But I'm really gonna just miss doing this stuff, and it feels weird because it's my last semester, and a tiny part of me is like, I'm missing out on the final Mankato experience, but at the same time, I don't necessarily think I really need that final experience. So when I come back, I'm definitely going to make sure I text the group chat so you guys know I'll be here.
Honestly, the final Mankato experience is probably just like every other Mankato
I was gonna say,
experience.
Exactly.
Rounders is still gonna be Rounders.
The floor of the underground will still be sticky
It'll
as hell
still be-
and
Yeah.
smell like vomit.
The bathrooms will still be full of puke
Ew.
everywhere
And
and pee all over the ground.
yeah, and Coke.
Yeah, and guys in
Welcome
the
to
guys in the
Mankato,
bathroom
where
stall.
everything is gross.
Now, we do not
In
promote any of
downtown.
that. I just want everybody listening to know we do not promote that. It's just, yeah.
Otherwise, I think I'm a huge family person. So my sister goes to school here right now, and I've enjoyed spending a lot of time with her on campus and watching her grow up and be more of an adult, because my entire life she's just been our little baby, and it feels weird. She's 7 years younger than me, and I'm like, damn, you're in the same school as me, like for the
That's
first time ever.
crazy.
And
Crazy.
it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to miss out on some of her cool freshman stuff, because I've spent a lot of time in her dorm and heard all of her gossip stories. And they're just not the same over FaceTime. Yeah, they're still fun to listen to, but when you can get her hand motions and her tone and everything to an exact T instead of worrying on if it's going to cut out or not, that's definitely a huge thing. And of course, I'm going to miss my friends, because who doesn't miss their friends when they're not around? But yeah, I think my biggest things are the podcast and being in school with my sister.
What about you, Ethan?
So, I think I'm gonna miss this for sure, and I think I'm gonna miss the freedom, because after this I'll be working a lot more, looking for a better job, one that more suits my degree. So with that, it's just gonna come with a lot more like stress and a lot more work and a lot more, whatever. I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not signing up to do anything special for the rest of December, but come January, I'm like working full time and all that. So
Use
I'm just
December for you. Like, just do whatever you want to do. Worry about it later.
Just
Yeah.
breathe for, the next 30-ish days.
That's the-
31.
that's the plan. Yeah, I'm just gonna work my same hours that I was during school, but that'll leave me a lot more free time since I don't have to do homework or classes or anything. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna miss that too, and yeah, I don't know. I might miss learning a little bit because some of these classes have been really fun and interesting, and now I just I won't have that anymore, which I'll just be stuck letting my brain rot away.
I think most of our classes that we think are fun because like we don't really have to learn. We just get to like go out and do projects.
Yeah.
Like Jen's class. Like we didn't. Jen, I definitely learned in your class, but I like that we
Wow.
tried. Like we just went to like record podcasts and stuff. It's not. I already like knew how to do everything that she was teaching us. So like it just was fun to get to like do new podcasts. I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of hard because not hard, but frustrating because the group I was in, everybody was like, "You know what you're doing, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they were like, "All right, cool." So now I'm here doing all the work.
Yeah,
See-
for my multimedia storytelling with Heather, she basically told everyone that I'm on this podcast. And so for one of our final assignments, it was to record a podcast. Obviously, I couldn't use this one. I had to create my own. And I had like 6 or 7 different people in that class DM me, come up to me after class, be like, "Hey, like, do you want to do a podcast? Like, we should do this together." I'm like, this is the first time you've talked to me all year. Like,
I don't know you.
yeah, so I just decided to do it with 3 of my friends, but I do get that kind of like frustration.
Yeah, I didn't trust them to edit because neither of them knew how to use like Audacity or anything like that. But the one we just did, we had to do like a trailer, 2 episodes, make artwork and everything. I did all of that, and
Dang.
Yeah, you missed out on my artwork, dude.
mine was I just had AI draw it.
I know that I saw. it.
Damn.
I did that. I did the same
At
thing.
least you're honest.
I asked her. I said, "Can I use Adobe Firefly?" And she said, "Sure, go ahead." I said, "All right."
I mean, it's just utilizing your resources.
Yeah. I also didn't use didn't do the trailer like you did. I did ours like we would do a promo for this. That's why I did ours.
I wanted to, but that was just a lot more cutting and everything. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to like just sit down and yell into my computer microphone because I didn't want to set up a mic or anything.
I do have a question for Ethan. So, out of all your time on this podcast, what has been your favorite episode, or who has been your favorite person to talk to?
He's gonna say stunt monkey.
That's one of them for sure. I really liked having Brian Zins on here. Do you remember that one, Alex?
Yeah, I wasn't here for it though.
Oh, you weren't here for that one.
I don't think.
Mm.
Maybe I was.
Yeah, I liked, and John Myers was fun because he just, he was very insightful. I didn't understand half the stuff they were talking about because him and Jackson just went on.
Oh
about
yeah,
sports.
yeah. I remember what you're talking about. That was when it was just Jackson and him, right?
No, that was me, Jackson, and I think Avery or Vince
Oh yeah.
way back in the
'Cause
day.
there's one that the old previous Wild announcer did, and it was just him and Jackson.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
I listened to like half of it. I also really liked when we had Ryuto on here. Do you remember him? He was the Japanese foreigner.
You like all the ones that I'm not even in, pal. I wasn't in that one.
Really?
Don't
Yeah.
take it personal,
I'm
Alex.
kind of taking it personal.
You should have just been a part of it more, You should have
Okay.
just been
you
here.
tell him. Tell him.
All right, there was 5 of us. All right,
Yeah, I
I
know.
can't fit all of us into one thing.
I can't honestly remember. My first episode was Rachel Hannell, which I didn't talk much.
And it was at 7 in the morning.
I was at 7 in the
Oh
morning.
my gosh.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. And then we had class right after.
Did we?
Yeah, well, I did. I think you did. Weren't you in my? Maybe not. It was like a journalism writing or something like that.
I might have been. I don't know. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I have a question for Angie. So what are you excited about for the end of the semester? You're still going to be here for a while, but
Yeah.
you're going to have some free time, like a month before you
Yeah.
start back up.
Because I'm a double major, and so I think I'm going to be here a little bit longer than all my friends, which is kind of unfortunate because I kind of want to be able to walk with them, obviously. But we'll see how my credits line up. I'm trying my best to finish with them, but I think what I'm excited most is to get that break, because right now, after Thanksgiving break, I'm struggling. My head is in vacation mode still. Like, I just want to hang out with my friends, do fun things, watch fun movies, instead of do homework. So I'm kind of struggling. I'm just excited to not have to worry about a single thing and just be able to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, that's always such a nice thing. I'm also a double major, so I completely understand the stress of trying to make everything line up.
Yeah, and especially when you're registering for classes, it gets so difficult because you're trying to pick and choose, what major do I want to prioritize this semester?
Yeah, and it's so hard when you switch between the two majors because often, so when you double major, so the classes you need for one one major and the class you need for another major somehow always seem to line up at the exact same time.
Yep.
And
It's the most inconvenient times.
Or it's some night class and you're like, I'm not going to be here on campus till 5:30 at night. That's not
I
happening.
signed up for a class next semester. I'm forgetting what exactly it was.
Is it
but it's-
officiating theory?
No.
Because McKenna's taking that with me, and it's gonna be great because you literally learn how to be a referee, and that's all you do.
That's awesome.
And it's fully online.
No, it's like a 2.5-hour class at 6:00 at night.
Wait, which one is it?
It's like I think a broadcasting one, to be honest.
Writing and speaking. Oh wait, no, you already took that one, didn't you?
No,
Writing and speaking for
I
broadcast.
think so.
Oh, Dwayne's teaching that class.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That was the class that me and Ethan met and decided to do this.
Nice.
Word.
That's how this whole thing started.
'Cause that's what Lisa County did.
Yeah, I have to take one class that's, I think it's on Monday nights until 6 at night, and then another one that's until 4 at night. And it's not so horrible, but I am a morning person. I like stuff in the morning.
You're a morning person.
It's
Ew.
only
Gross.
it's only
Could not
because
be me. I'm like a 3 a.m. type of person. You know what I mean?
I like being a
Me too.
So the reason I like being a morning person is because it helps prevent. I deal with quite a bit of insomnia, and it helps prevent the insomnia sometimes, or it prolongs it. Like today, I want 2 hours of sleep because I didn't go to bed till 4. But most of the time, if I can set my schedule up to be in the morning, I get tired enough by the end of the day. But if I decide to have more of my stuff at night, I'll stay up till 5 in the morning.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish I was a morning person really badly, but I'm just not.
I used to be, and then something just switched. Something happened. I don't know what happened, but
College.
Yeah, I'm with Angie. I used to be a morning person. Like, I don't know. I'd go to bed at like 10, get
Yep.
up at like 6. It'd be fine.
Make a cup of coffee. I was happy. I was perky. And now when I wake up at 10:30, I'm rolling out of my room looking like I just got hit by a bus and I
Yeah.
barely can reach the coffee cup. Like, and I got like a full 10 hours of sleep. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I just feel like when I wake up I think part of it is from working so early in the morning for so long. I've worked starting at like 7 a.m. So at one point I was working at 6 a.m. in the morning for like the past 3 years almost. I've been working at those kind of times, and it's been less these last like 5 months because I switched jobs and now I only wake up at wake up for a 7 a.m. shift 3 days a week instead of 5 days a week, which is such a blessing because I can sleep in. But if I'm to the point now from all of that, where if I wake up past 9 a.m., I feel like I wasted my day. And it's so ridiculous because even if I wake up at 9 a.m., I know I'm going to be up until 3 or 4 in the morning. So I have no day to have been wasted because I will still be up the same amount of time. But it just feels like I'm utilizing my daylight more, even though I really like being awake at night.
In the summer, I worked 2 nanny jobs, and they wanted me at their house at really, really early in the morning. So one of them was 6 in the morning. The other one was 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I lived probably 40 minutes away from each of them. So I'd be getting up literally like before it would like the sun would
My
rise.
goodness.
And so I thought, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep up with this, and I'm gonna be able to, get at them when I'm in college. No, there's something about my bed here that
It
makes me.
slips a little, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden
Like
it's just a whole tumble
My
down the
roommate
stairs.
Hallie, she gets up at 6 in the morning
Yeah, I
every
can't
day,
do that.
goes to the gym, goes to all of her classes, goes out and goes study, goes to the grocery store, gets everything done by 11.
Yeah, my girlfriend could be awake till like 3 in the morning and will still naturally wake up at like 8 o'clock.
Ridiculous.
I mean, sometimes on my day off, I'll wake up at like 7 a.m., maybe 7:30, but I will go back to sleep. If it's my day off, I'm like, there's no way I'm waking up at this time. This is a luxury to sleep in. It's not happening.
I used to have to wake up for work at like 3:30 in the morning when I was 15 because I used to do like landscape and we'd leave at like 5. But as we kind of start to wind down a tiny bit, Andrea asked us on one of our previous episodes, but you want to ask the sea turtle question? I know you do.
So we'll start with you, Angie. If you were a sea turtle, what would be the first thing that you would do? Mine would be to find a head of lettuce to bite on it so I could hear the crunch.
If I was a sea turtle,
I'd swim super fast.
I think if I was a sea turtle, the first thing that I would do. I was not expecting this type of question. Honestly, I would try to find the sea turtles that were in Nemo.
Yeah, and give him some flipper.
You can give them some fin. Yep,
Yeah, some fin.
that's what I would do.
What about you, Ethan? What would you do if you were a sea turtle?
Well, I don't know anything about sea turtles.
Neither do I.
So, I would probably just crawl around in the sewers and
In the sewers?
Yes.
They live in the ocean.
no, hang on. I'd find a sewer, start crawling around in it, and try to become a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
You see what? Yeah, that's where I was going. With
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I feel like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles aren't sea turtles. I feel like they're just like
You know what? It's
Turtle
the thought that counts.
box
It's-
turtles.
Maybe he
Okay,
can be like
fair.
a mega,
Fair. True.
because the other ones were just probably like what pet store
The
ones.
king. The
Yeah,
king
something like that.
Yeah, they were like box turtles. or something.
Fine, I'll just go swim to that big garbage island in the middle of the ocean,
And get
and I'll
some-
become the king of that big garbage
Yeah,
island in the
okay.
middle of the ocean.
And no one will bother you.
Exactly.
I asked my dad this question, and he goes, but I'm not a sea turtle. And he refused to answer, and he goes, well, if you were a sea turtle asking me this question as a sea turtle, what would you ask me? I was like, I'd ask you what the first thing you do as a human is. And he just looked at me and rolled his eyes. I'm like, thanks, Dad, for participating in my activity.
So I don't remember what Ethan and Angie's answers were for this, so I just want to re-ask it just so I know and that all the guests know. And Ethan, it's your last time, so I want to see if it's different than before. But what's your weird thing? Angie, we'll start with you. I don't remember what it was, so now I'm asking it again.
My weird thing, I have a lot of superstitions. I have to knock on my window twice whenever I go through a yellow light, I
Ah,
have
yeah.
to. It sounds so weird when I say this, but I have to shut my door sometimes twice. I have to relock my car twice. Maybe I have borderline OCD. I'm not sure, but it's just if I don't do certain things, bad things will happen.
I definitely have to lock my door twice.
Yeah, because like, or even if I turn the oven off, 30 minutes later, I'll be like, oh, the oven's on. And I'll go out there, it's off. And all the lights are off and my roommates are in bed. I'm like, okay.
I do that.
But it gives me peace of mind knowing. So that's my weird thing, I think, is
I do that too.
I need to do things multiple times in order for it to be okay.
I mean, sometimes you just need the mental check. Are you a straightener fear person where like if you fear that when you leave the house you've left your straightener or curling iron plugged in?
Yeah. Yeah. I just make sure before I leave the house, I unplug everything. Like, not everything, but I unplug it. Right when I'm done with it, I take it
Right
out.
away. Just
Yep.
like I don't need to worry about
But
this.
I am the type of person to like, maybe I left the candle on. Maybe let me text the group chat and ask if the candle's on in the living room. Like,
I always get scared I left my PC on. That's my irrational fear because
Yeah.
I don't want to waste up all the electricity bill.
Has that happened before where you've been like the main cause and your roommates get mad at you, or what?
For what, the electricity?
The electric bill, yeah.
No, my other roommate is definitely the cause of the electric bill because he has an AC in his room. But no, I that's why I'm not the cause. I just turn it off because I don't want to be the cause because my roommates will mug me.
I lived with somebody one time that when I came home, the apartment was 90 degrees in the middle of winter because they turned up
Oh,
the
my
heat
gosh.
that much.
I would bake alive.
I was so mad.
I do have a roommate that likes to leave the lights on all the time.
Mm.
Like,
okay.
all the time.
And
But doesn't
Ethan,
matter.
Not me.
what's your weird thing?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of a different one, but I really can't. So the one I answered with before was that I really like watching people go ghost hunting, like ghost hunting shows.
Really?
Yeah, I love watching that.
That's
because
awesome.
I don't know, I don't necessarily believe in any of that, but I just love watching these like grown ass men walking around an abandoned location. And
We
like,
heard something.
yeah, we heard something. Whoa, did you hear that?
Did you feel that cold
I
breeze?
saw
Yeah.
one the other day, and it was like the dude was like, "It wants me to take the shot." I don't know. And
Yeah.
then he's like, "I have to take the shot."
I have
like,
to take the
and then
shot.
people were commenting, they're like, "No, man, the ghost didn't turn you an alcoholic. You're just an alcoholic."
Yeah. No, that
Do you watch like Supernatural?
I used to back when I was I was still living with my parents, so I was probably in like middle school.
Mm.
But-
I'm on that. I'm rewatching it right now, and it's kind of bad. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. It started out kind of good.
no,
like-
the further the seasons get, it kind of just like all shows. I feel like just kind of they run out of ideas.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. No, man, I love ghost hunting shows though. They're so much fun to watch.
Well, we might as well go down the line, and Andrea, I know yours, but just so the people know, what is yours?
So I don't like walking over storm drains or storm grates because I'm absolutely terrified of falling in them.
that's fair.
And
Pennywise coming out of them.
It's not even like a horror movie thing. It's literally just the fear of it. I know that it definitely started when I was a kid because I've always kind of had a fear of them. My older brother used to like bike over them and stuff, and I'd be like, dude, your bike's gonna get stuck in there. Like, yeah, I had scooters and stuff, and yeah, of course a scooter gets stuck in there because it's a scooter. It's like got tiny ass wheels, but I wouldn't even step on them, and my mom used to get really mad at me because she'd be like, just walk on it. And I'm like, I'm not going to step on a manhole cover, Mom. I'm going to die. And then it's just stuck with me my entire life. I don't know why. I don't know where I even acquired the fear from. Like, all of my ex-boyfriends have made fun of me for it. They're like, this is weird. Even my friends, they will shove me onto them, and I'm like, you are giving me a very much panic attack right now. Leave me alone. I'm going to die if you push me onto this. It's so dumb. I know it's so dumb, but it's kind of funny. But dang, in St. Louis Park, there's a part of the sidewalk. It's all grates. I've talked about this before.
You talked about it in the last one, you and I.
Yeah, I will not stand on it at all. I walk on the street because I will not. I can see the ground underneath, but I just can't do it. I'm like, nope, this is not
That's
happening.
fair. That's fair.
What about you, Alex? What's yours for?
Well, normally I say, like, I always have
He
to smell my food.
smells his food.
But we talked about this in a podcast for class, but when I was a kid, I used to be deathly afraid of going to the bathroom in a porta potty because I thought I watched this one movie. I don't remember what it is. It's a book, but they put an alligator in the porta potty, and then like when somebody sat down on it, it would like chomp their butts. So I used to be scared of that.
Oh my.
I don't know why. Like, there's no alligators in Minnesota, but just like that, there's something in there. You know, what if a little snake crawled his way into there or something?
I thought of a different one. And this one's a lot more embarrassing. So, way back when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, I had this irrational fear of bicycles. And because of that, I never learned how to ride a bike. So, to this day, I don't know how to ride a bike.
Are you still scared of bicycles?
No, I'm not scared anymore. I just have never like gotten on a bike and just been like, all right, I'm gonna figure this thing out.
So
know?
you could definitely never live in a city because in the city, like bikes are dope, and then like
Yeah, no, I feel like I'd have to figure it out at that point. You know.
yeah,
Now we got bird scooters now.
True.
He's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
He's fine, he's
Yeah,
fine.
but that racks up so quickly.
It really does.
unless you buy your own, you can go to the store and buy a bird scooter.
No thanks.
It's only like $300, and that's a lot cheaper than having
Only?
it.
It is,
Yeah, but that's
it is
cheaper
more
than
than
like,
$300.
No, well, okay.
Yes.
Well, maybe I went on Black Friday, so
Did you buy one?
I thought about it, but I didn't. I don't know. But is there anything else you guys want to add before I?
I would like to add, I wish you the best of
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you.
And you're gonna do great wherever you go. You are very good at talking with literally anyone. You have a very unique way of starting conversation and making it and keeping it interesting. And I know that that's gonna definitely help you in your career. And it's been really nice having you on the podcast, even though you and I never really did like a solo episode together. Like, looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I have not done that. But you know what? Wish you the best of luck with whatever you do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck, Ethan. I haven't known you that long, but it's been really good knowing you. And like Angie said, you're going to do amazing wherever you go. There's no doubt about it.
If you guys run out of guest ideas, I'll come back for one
Oh,
Absolutely.
next
please.
semester.
Please do.
Jeez, I might start tearing up, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. Don't cry, no. But yeah, no, I want to say, I do this at the end of every single season, but I'm gonna do it another one. Just a list of people to thank.
Yeah.
So
My mother.
yeah, I thank the Academy. But no, KMSU, Dwayne McGaw, Lisa County, thank you. Without them, this kind of wouldn't really be a thing. Richard Crispo for his help with our video editors and techniques, and even though he couldn't help us with the camera last week, that's okay. He tried. I
Yeah, Richard, if
appreciate
you hear this, I can't post a video this week, so you're probably not gonna watch it. But
it. Mm.
yeah. Oh, thanks to the reporter too. They pay the bills, you know.
Yeah, gotta thank the reporter, everybody there. It's been awesome, even though I haven't spent a lot of time over there. But
It's okay.
yeah, I would say I tried, but I really didn't.
Yeah, definitely. didn't.
Thank you to all the listeners,
Yes.
All our guests.
all our guests that come on. And
To all my fans.
Oh I don't have any. I'm just here. But yeah, thanks to you guys. Everybody that got this started. Jackson, Vince, Avery. All you. I've had a great time, and I wish the podcast the best of luck. Everybody who is still a part of this next semester, and yeah. That being said, I think that's it.
Maybe you'll be like a Rob Murray and you'll get to come back and supervise the podcast.
Maybe. Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny.
I'll take the $2 an hour to come and supervise you guys.
Well, Andrea, I wish you luck in your adventures in California. I'm kind of jealous. I would love to move there, but it is what it is. You
yeah,
get
I
the
wish you
cheaper
luck
route.
and good luck with those Valley Girls.
Yeah, maybe Alex can figure out some.
You're gonna be living right next to the 90210, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What is your zip code? 90210 or
No, I
90209
I kind of
or
I gotta
something?
look this up.
90209.
Yeah, maybe Alex can figure out how to record over Zoom so we can
I
have
probably could.
Andrea here.
Well, I'm come back twice. I'm gonna be back in.
I know how to record over Zoom, but
Yeah.
I have a microphone. The problem is, does she have a nice
I
microphone?
do have a microphone actually. I kind of have to have a nice one for the stuff I do because honestly, doing podcast over voice memos just doesn't really.
I was gonna say I have a Blue Yeti. I have a Blue Yeti mic in my house. Yeah. But anyways, Angie, it'll just be you and I next semester, I think,
Yeah,
And
best
and
of
then
luck, you
Andrea, if Andrea decides to keep doing it,
guys. Oh yeah, of course.
And then I'm going to be all alone.
and the other Andrea Bratley.
Oh, then I won't be alone.
Is she Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. But yeah,
I'm changing the tides. Normally people call me Andrea. Now we're
Yeah.
changing it. Yes.
I just know you well enough. But yeah, there's been another season of the making of a Maverick.
Follow us on socials.
Yeah, do the
Instagram,
socials. Put the Instagram right there, as long as the video works.
YouTube, Spotify,
Yeah.
Everything.
everything. Follow the reporter. I feel like, this is the last
Reporter
time
on
I get to
TikTok.
say this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can keep saying it.
no, I'm done.
Oh.
That's it.
Go pick up the newspaper, too.
Yeah, do
Follow
that.
the reporter Instagram. I'll put that right there, too. TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that. Follow all of us on Instagram. Hopefully Ethan will just tag us all.
Yeah, I'll tag us all.
I guess Andrea doesn't have an Instagram.
Yes,
but
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured.
I was gonna say he never tagged you, so I thought you didn't have one.
I just figured that out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he never tagged you, so I thought you didn't have one. Well, that's awkward.
I'll tag her
I'll
this
follow
Do
you.
have an Instagram.
Well, you never followed us, so. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
following Making a Maverick.
But you're not following me, so I didn't.
Alex, knock it off.
I need more. I need to get the
Knock it
ratio.
off.
up.
Wow, you're trying to beg for
I
fans.
am. No, I got lots of fans.
He probably buys
Okay.
his
I got
followers.
1,160 fans.
The fact that you know your Instagram account number of followers
'Cause I just-
is your
'cause-
problem.
It's because
What was
I was
that?
on Instagram yesterday and
No.
I was like,
I was
oh,
on Instagram today and I didn't even look.
I have
Angie, I actually
1,160 followers and
I
I'm
just actually
following.
woke up and I gained 4 more followers.
I'm following 1,158.
Angie, I think you need to go and follow her.
The ratio
There
is
you go.
+2. No, don't make it +1.
Alex bought all those followers.
I did.
Yeah.
They're all bots. But anyways, before I start getting made fun of more, this has been another season of Making of a Maverick. Another episode. I've been Alex.
I've been Angie.
I've been Andrea.
And for the last time, I've been Ethan.
Do you want to say goodbye, Ethan? Since you last time.
Roll Mavs. We'll see you next time.
Bye.